Hello. I haven't been on here in a minute. The last time I was on here, I was like, oh my God. I was so upset. But it's a good day. The skies are crazy though with the fires here in California. So breathing is a little tough, but we're praying for all the folks who are in harm's way. Um, I just wanted to come on for a second, actually, because the last I had I can't remember what it was on one of the topics, and I talked about being an undercover agent. You know, as what I call a secret spy. And I just want to be clear about some things that is never the case about, you know, my love for God, your love, our love for God, you know. Um, Never, ever, you know, we stand and we don't bow down uh, at all in no way to that truth, you know. It's unwavering, truly is unwavering. But God will put you in situations where you're silent and you're really observing, you know, and you don't need to, you know, we really shouldn't have to throw the God card around, period, you know. I'm telling you, when my daughter sending me a text, when Christ is got us full, man, your mere presence, you know, we really should walk in a room and folks be saved. It's like, man, what is that? What is that? What do you got? You know, that's the ultimate. And so I got this music in the back. But no, that's not what I mean by that is he will put you in situations, and there's a couple of reasons why, as I get into my discussion about, you know, my journey, it'll become more clear. But he has had me in a place for at least 6 months, and a lot of it is really, it's my journey, it's my situation that I'm in, and position, so to speak. But I've observed a lot relative to human nature, you know, our our human nature, and it's been a real experience. Some of the things that I've seen, the hearts, man. We really got a heart issue. Um, I can certainly say in this land, in this country, but you know, it's all over the world. This is not isolated, but we got a heart issue, and I've watched people in situations with folks less fortunate, man. It's something else. It's something else. So that's what I mean by, you know, listening to Spirit, you know, allowing Spirit to use you. For me, you know, I've turned it over. I've turned it over, and you know, I think I thought I had turned it all over before, but now it's complete surrender. You know, my mind, my body, my soul, my spirit, my everything, my words, you know, it all belongs to him. And I don't say that religiously, you know, I say it and I mean it. And I know and understand that right now, just saying that somebody can come bang, you know, my window, or, you know, walking the street, I'm always, you know, gonna be holding and catching, and you know, I'm here in this world. That's the Matrix movie. You know, you get planted in. It's like, man, it's a whole different thing. So it's a journey. It's a process. But I have completely turned it over to him. So I'm like, yeah, real. I'm for real about it. You know, God, have your way. Have your way. Let's do this thing. Let's do it for real now. Let's do it. You know, I've gotten out of my way, out of his way, Um, some of the best things have happened in terms of releasing things. I'm watching these folks, with these fires, and I get it. I get it, man. It's a deep process, and when he talks about the rich unloading, and it's one of the most difficult processes, and some don't make it and some aren't able, because when he says, turn it over, and rich aren't just things, it's rich in beliefs and thoughts and attitudes and behaviors, and issues and hurts and pains and relationships. It's all of those things. What your your saddlebag holds, that thing, that those places that you call rich, you know um well, I have to come back on that one, but I did want to make a correction about that. Never are we undercover about our love for God and His love for us. That's never an issue. Never are we secret about that. There's never ever are we secret about that. That's the stand, man. That's the stand that you die for if need be, right? But the you will go into situations, and for one reason or another, and I can't wait to share mine, that it's just kind of been sitting back, and folks aren't sure what side of the fence I'm on. If I talk more, I'll probably start talking about my journey, but I know soon I'll have to go, so I know it's not time for that. And when I say you don't not sure what side, I'll tell you this. My mama once was, back in the 60s, we moved into a neighborhood, the court actually, where I have a video of it, my little village. Well, that neighborhood was predominantly white. When my parents moved in, they were one of the first black families to move in. And my mother was very fair skinned, and she had straight long hair. And, her features, you weren't really sure what she was. And then her latter years, she'd wear her hair, then she was going to do the afro, and then she would do it short because she wanted to be clear, She loved her people in her community, so without a doubt. But the reason that, it was that way for her in terms of, making it clear who she was, she was in a post office one day, and a woman came up to her and said, "We're getting out of here. We're getting out of this neighborhood. They're moving in. They're moving in." And they did. I mean, the community then changed, and folks, it was, mostly black families. Now it's multicultural. It's kind of, everybody lives in it, but it went through the change, and, my mama was privy to that whole prejudice mentality, the conversation, because they thought she was, a white woman. And so, sometimes, God will put you in situations and folks aren't clear who or what you are, where you are in your situation. And you'll gain a greater understanding for both sides just by being quiet, never saying one thing or another. Not even, it's not something that you need to lie about. It's the opportunity hasn't presented itself, so people just assume one thing or another. And in that assumption, for me, I'm learning a whole lot about this world. More so, a whole lot about myself. I'm learning a whole lot about human nature, human beings, humanity, and a whole lot about God. Just by, being here. And so, I was being confused about the whole thing too. And that's when God gave me this vision of, it's likened to being an undercover agent. That's what the whole Matrix thing is too, when Neo and them would kind of go in and be quiet, because there's some folks who can't take it's just like the truth. It's something, just be quiet because they can't handle it. It's when we talk about the sleep and those being asleep and those being awake. Some things cannot be handled, man. They kill you for it because, it's so sold out on one thing or another. Start talking about somebody's money. Or what have you. But anyway, I just wanted to be clear about that. I may put another one because this is 10 minutes way too long. All right. Be well, be loved. Peace.